play that really stood out and that maybe you thought about over the off season? You know, what would that be?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm probably just gonna say that Miami won the last one, had an interception, just because there could have been, you know, different plays that changed the trajectory of the game, but that was the one that ended the season. So
why would you focus on a negative play instead of like that long run against LSU or that touchdown against Notre Dame?
well, it's just a play that, I mean, it's a big play, and you know, you're gonna find ways to grow. So I mean, that's just one that comes to mind. You know, there's so many plays you can think about. There's good plays, there's bad plays, but like I said, that was the last one that we had of the season, so it's hard to forget about that one, but we'll definitely grow from it.
Marcel Reed with Texags, where are you different now, like than maybe a year ago today in your game?
I'd just say I'm older, I'm more mature. I think that, you know, this game takes a lot of experience, and I think just having that is another step of growth that you'll see it on the football field.
Physically, anything different?
Yeah, body's changed. I've gotten stronger. I've gained a couple pounds, and I feel faster for sure. So, you know, it's still going to be an explosive season, especially with Coach Wiggins and the receivers that we have, the running backs that we have. So, I'm really excited.
I'm Kurt Bowles from Houston Chronicle. How painful was that ending to Miami?
I mean, obviously it's painful. It's a playoff game. It ends your season. The people who were there for their last year are gone, and you have to have a whole new team coming in the next year. So. It's not fun, but like I said, it's a learning moment, it's a growing moment, and we've moved past it, we've moved forward, and there's a new team this year that is going to do some incredible things.
Pat Forty from Sports Illustrated, what elements of the offense will look a little different this year?
I think we're going to try to move the pocket a little bit more. I don't think the offense is going to change a lot, but I mean, we have a lot of the same guys, and like I said, we're still going to be explosive. We're going to try to push the ball down the field, create explosive plays with the pass game and the run game. So just having a lot of guys who can get in open space and make plays is really helpful for me.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX. Just what's it been like with the kind of a new offensive line, a lot of new starters, you know guys from all over. What's the chemistry been like, and just the growth so far?
The chemistry's been good. You know, offensive line has come together. Went to dinner with them back in the spring. You know, gotten really close with Wilkin. You know, me and him were visiting Ole Miss together whenever we were in high school. So I've known him for a while. And then Javon Ball, me and him have the same birthday, so that's a connection that we made. And then just having Mark at the forefront of it, the center of it, being a veteran O-lineman for us and our center has been really good. He's helped them with the communication aspect, and it's all coming together. I think outside of that, you know, just like I said, the receivers and new people coming in, having some running backs that we've already had is just going to be really exciting to have.
Tony Kennedy of 24/7 Sports, you talk about some of the new pieces. You and Isaiah Horton got to start working immediately. How important was it for you two to just get back, you know, working together and trying to build that rapport together?
It's really important. I mean, quarterback loves his ex-receiver, so just having him outside, having a big body who can get those one-on-one balls is going to be really critical in situations when it comes to some third down situations, or just like gotta have it play. We're going to be looking towards Zay a lot.
Cedric Golden, also American Statesman. You and Elko have kind of grown up together in College Station. What's that relationship like with the head coach, and with the expectations that increase each year? How have you guys been able to kind of form a nice bond, knowing how big this season is coming up?
Yeah, definitely some tough coaching, but it's good coaching, and I like that stuff. My dad was a coach, so I've grown up having that kind of structure in my life. So, you know, like you said, me and Elko have kind of grown since we've been here together, and he's told me what I need to improve, and I've taken it with a grain of salt and just trying to put that work in and try to become different and better at the mistakes or things I need to improve on. So I really like having him in my corner. He's a really good coach, and I love how honest he is. He's open and, you know, lets you know what it is. He's not going to sugarcoat anything.
Travis Brown with KBTX. What does the Manning Passing Academy do to kind of build the fraternity of quarterbacks in the SEC, and where do you kind of see yourself in that group?
Yeah, I think the Passing Academy is a really cool event that's hosted on the weekends of this summer. You know, you just get to meet all the quarterbacks throughout the country, see everybody's personality, and get to connect with them, hang out, and have throwing sessions, and get to see how everybody spins the ball in person. I think I'm one of the top SEC quarterbacks and I think I'm one of the top quarterbacks in the country as well. So like, you know, I don't go there to compare myself. I go to the showcase myself for sure, and you know, get some throws out. Obviously, last year I didn't get to throw, so I feel like a couple of people were excited to see me get to throw this year. But yeah, it's a weekend for a good time with some guys and to get some work in and learn some ball from very knowledgeable people in the game.
How competitive does that get there?
It doesn't get too competitive. We actually kind of all like cheer each other on. You know, it's kind of just like it's a supportive environment down there. So yeah.
Marcel, Dana O'Neill Sanford, you talked about experience at your position. You kind of really can't. You have to grow into being a good quarterback in terms of leadership and responsibility. How difficult is it to just kind of mature into that position?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard, but it's a position that I wanted to be in my whole life. So, you know, I've accepted this role, and it makes it even more difficult when, you know, you have 3 different offensive coordinators throughout your whole college career. But, you know, like I said, I stepped in this role, and I want to be a part of this team. Never wanted to leave College Station, so, you know, just enjoying it all, and you know, just connecting with each and every coordinator that I've had, trying to understand the game a little bit more. Everybody has a different way of teaching it and a different way of, you know, bringing an understanding to my mind. So I've appreciated it all. But yeah, it's definitely an experience thing, and I'm just happy that, you know, I still have 2 years left, but I'm happy that I'm here again, just to kind of grow before I can, you know, be sent off to where I want to be, which is the NFL.
Along those lines, how much is it kind of the quarterback's responsibility to be the guy that gets to know the new lineman, that gets the throwing workouts in with the new receivers, kind of you're thrust into the leadership position? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, you know, it comes with it. You kind of have to. So, like I said, I've been to dinner with the O-line, sat down with them and talked to a lot of them. My locker's right next to them. So just being able to connect with them, talk every day, joke around, being able to understand what they're trying to communicate on the field and what I'm trying to communicate to them is very important. And we've done a lot of that, and we're getting a lot better with the receivers. Yeah, playing in the throwing sessions, getting them to, you know, maybe coming to me with Dallas, or coming to me to Dallas to go train with my quarterback coach and just get some catches in is really important. You know, we combine outside of that, and we have, you know, we've been spending a lot of time together, whether it's just at the house chilling or doing something on the weekend, relax. But yeah, building that chemistry is important. You want to have a great relationship with all your receivers and your O-linemen, because first of all, the O-linemen are going to be the ones protecting me, and then the receivers are going to be the one making plays for me. So, yeah.
Tony Pauls with On3. Just you mentioned 2 years left. Have you given thought to whether you want this to be your last year, or do you kind of know where you're at with that yet? And what would you say are kind of your goals for this year?
Yeah, I don't really know where I'm at with that right now. We'll see how the season goes, but definitely going to be something I talk with my family about. And then what was the question after that?
Just your goals for this year.
Yeah, goals for sure. Just trying to, you know, I want to win. That's really all it is. I want to win. Probably improve the stat sheet a little bit. Definitely some goals I want to achieve in yards, passing, and rushing, along with touchdowns. And then, you know, I want to get to the SEC championship. I want to make it to the national championship. I want to do all those things, and I think they're very attainable. We just have to put our head down and work.
Alex Miller with the Bryan College Station Eagle. Elko told us in the spring he felt like you guys had a chance to double down on last year's success, not just let it be a one-time kind of peak. I'm just curious, as you've gone through the offseason, what have been some of the indicators that give you confidence this team can do that?
I think I'm going to fall back on the experience thing again. We have a lot of players who've played a lot of snaps in the SEC, and you know, it's hard not to double down on something like that whenever you had a season like it was before this past season, and then you create a season like this season, and then going to the next one. We're just going to try to keep getting better and improving. We have veteran D linemen, we have veteran safeties, veteran corners, we have veteran receivers now, veteran running backs, including some really impressive young running backs. And then there's a bunch of veteran O-linemen who have played some snaps in the SEC, where it's for other teams, and they played against, you know, really good teams like Alabama or Georgia, and Texas. So, like, I mean, it's just, we have that experience, and I think that's just something that's really important when you have a team. I mean, you saw what it was for Indiana this year. I mean, their team was probably one of the oldest teams in college football, but, you know, they have experience with playing significant snaps against really good teams. So I think that's something that's really important when it comes to having a really good football team.
What was it like meeting Messi, and where did that idea for the jersey swap come from?
It was actually, it was kind of my idea, but it wasn't. I was like, me and Messi both wear 10. It's kind of crazy. And person I was with upstairs, I was with Von Miller watching the game, but somebody else that was in there was like, do you want to go meet him? You're in the Star Trek? I was like, sure. I mean, why not meet Messi? So somebody asked me, what did you guys talk about? I'm like, that guy doesn't speak a lick of English. Right? So, we didn't really talk about anything. I had my jersey, he said, part of me, and I was like, yeah, for you, yeah, this is for you. So I know a little bit. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school. So.
Where do you think that jersey ended up?
I have no idea, but I know I have a ball signed by Messi, and it could be worth a lot of money.
When'd you get that ball?
When?
Yeah.
I got it that day. That night.
So you lose KC, but you add Isaiah Horton. So what kind of difference will that make, and how does having a big receiver, do you think is going to benefit you?
I really don't know what kind of difference it makes. Casey and Isaiah are both 2 good receivers, but they're both different in their own aspects. So, Casey was really explosive. I mean, you saw it in the punt return game, and whenever he got the ball in his hands, he made a lot of things happen. And Isaiah can do the same thing. But you guys saw in the spring game how much of a big body he is, and those contested catches he can make. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest differences. They both are great at catching the ball. I think Isaiah's radius is a little bit, bigger than Casey's was, just because of height and arm length. But like I said, they're a little bit different in their own ways, but they're both really good receivers.
Has it improved itself on the national stage yet? That y'all could be counted on to contend every year?
I think we have. I mean, we really don't listen or care what the media has to say about us compete on the national stage. I think Elko thinks that we can compete on the national stage at the highest level, and I think us going 11-0 spoke a lot of volume to what our team was capable of. Obviously the last 2 games didn't go how we wanted them to go, but we just have to raise our floor, and I think that's what's going to happen this year. We have a lot of talent, and like I said, a lot of experience, and it can only go up.
Robert says to the Eagle, your summer workouts, were they better this year as a team, and if so, why were they better?
I think the summer workouts were, kind of the same, but I think just the communication from the leaders on the team was a lot better this year. I think, we had a lot less people showing that they were tired, because that's really important when it comes to playing football. That shows weakness, and I think we tried to preach that this offseason. I think we kind of starting to understand that whenever somebody gets on you, it's not because we're completely mad at you. We just want to help you, and I think that's the biggest thing, when somebody understands that this isn't an insult, this is encouragement. That this team's going to take another step. So that we've done a really good job at that over the summer. Our leaders have started to speak up and become true leaders, and I think that's something that's going to change, how our team goes this year.
You talk about added new offense coordinator. Obviously, Holman Wiggins said he wanted to build it around you guys' strength. How collaborative has that been with you, and how much have you been able to input what it may look like?
It's been really collaborative. I walk up and go meet with Coach Lynch a lot, and sometimes I walk through and pass by Coach Wiggins' office, see him watching film, or see him just in the office and go chop it up, and then we ended up talking ball, watching film, and things like that. We come up with ideas together. He asks me what I like, and I tell him, and we just I feel like we started to mesh a little bit. We've created some ideas since the spring, but as we get closer to the season, we've been in the meeting rooms a lot more. So it's been really fun just to get down, be able to sit down with him and talk ball, and pick his brain a little bit while he picks mine, and we're gonna have a really good season.
Mark Passwaters with Aggie Huddle. Marcel, we talk a lot about Isaiah, but what can you say about the rest of the wide receiver core, of what you know of them at this point in time?
They're great. We have Terry Bussey, who had a tremendous spring, and then Ashton Bethel-Roman. He's an explosive guy. He can take the top off. He's probably faster than any DB, in my opinion. And then, Mario Craver, his results speak for itself. He did a lot last year, and I think he can do a lot more this year. He's going to be somebody that a lot of teams watch, but he's still going to make plays. So really excited for the people I have around me. And like I said, we have running backs who can get outside of the backfield and run some routes too, who can